Welcome to Reframing Nature Heritage, a creative project responding to a sense of place and local distinctiveness here in Cavan, including our diverse landscapes, our varied flora and fauna, our historic buildings. We are hoping you will join us and get in touch with the buildings and beauty of this county, whether it's abstract decoupage, a painting, a short poem, or a doodle in pen. We want you to be creative in Cavan. This freestanding Tudor Gothic Church of Ireland building was once the family church of the Saunderson estate, built circa 1835. In years past, the estate had thousands of acres of land attached to it, but now it's closer to 103 acres, with entrances from County Fermanagh in Northern Ireland and County Cavan in the Republic of Ireland, where it is situated. The story of Castle Saunderson is a turbulent one and has seen its fair share of blood and fire, conquest and division, and finally, peace and reconciliation. The development of the Castle Walking Trail has breathed new life into this site and has seen the original walkways around the castle reinstated. The core of Castle Saunderson is a classical house built by Francis Saunderson sometime around 1779. In the mid-1830s, the building was extensively remodelled in a version of Elizabethan Gothic architecture for his son Alexander Saunderson, the last Saunderson to own the castle. But now, disused, nature has begun to reclaim the walls, and branches and ivy and vines and a myriad of plants and wildlife now call this building their home. It's amazing how quickly nature can take hold and reclaim these sites. No matter, this is a beautiful example of some of the built heritage of County Cavan. What a fine painting or sketch this image would make, or to a budding photographer on a winter's day or a spring morning. Next we go to Cavan town, where stands another fine example of the built heritage of the county. St Patrick and St Phelim's Cathedral in Cavan is a relatively new building, built around 1938 to 1942 in a neoclassical style, built in white granite with limestone and Portland stone. The spire stands at 224 feet above Farnham Street and is topped with a gilded cross. Everywhere we look, we see history all around us, from the garrison walls that are still standing in the town of Belturbet, to churches dotted throughout the county, bridges built hundreds of years ago that still function well for modern day uses, to sculptures remembering industries that once served the people of the county well and gave them employment. Street names on signs and buildings give us hints of what has come before us and the function of different buildings in our towns. Those days are long gone, but their memories live on through these buildings that have endured wind and rain, sun and frost, but still stand as testaments to a different time. In the middle of the county stands a very impressive monastic site. Derelict now, the weather has had its toll on it, but Drumlane Abbey and Round Tower still stand, impressive historic monuments, founded in 555 AD by St Columba. The tower stands near the abbey and church and remains an enduring tourist attraction in Cavan today. A sereneness and beauty surround the site, and nature has quietly left it be. Next we go to Ballinyaa, Fleming's Folly is a stone tower built on a hill overlooking the countryside. It's said on a clear day it's possible to see the provinces of Ulster, Connaught and Leinster. Built by a man named Captain James Fleming in 1803, he formed the opinion that he would build a tower high enough to see the ships sail on the sea. The Folly itself is a 2-storey square tower with mortared walls on rough, unworked stones. These stones were raised from a quarry which now forms a little lake next to the Folly itself, an example of how we can influence the natural world around us. Not too far from Ballina is Kilmore Cathedral, which stands on an elevated wooded site. The design of the cathedral is middle-pointed Gothic style. The cathedral is known today as Bedell Memorial Church after William Bedell, who was the Bishop of Kilmore from 1629 to 1642. He was responsible for translating the Bible into the Irish language. There are a number of fine stained glass windows in the church, created by famous glass artists such as the notable Catherine O'Brien. Many interesting features are dotted around the church. One of the most interesting is its 12th century Romanesque doorway. Cavan town has many fine examples of exquisite built heritage, the same as many other towns across the county. In the northwest of the county we find the Cavan Burren, which has been opened up to the public since 2014. Thankfully, we can now visit and wander this site, whose history goes back some 340 million years to the Carboniferous period, when this whole area was covered in a shallow tropical sea. Today it looks very different. Trees and forestry and heather and stones cover vast tracts of land. You can experience more recent history, like prehistoric tombs. Wedge tombs, huge stones, caves, derelict stones, walls and buildings give a sense of the history of this place. And the quiet beauty, a place where stories of giants and moving glaciers come to life with every step you take in this breathtaking prehistoric park, the Cavan Burren. Next door to the Cavan Burren is another wonderful heritage site in the northwest of the county, the Shannon Pot. The Shannon Pot is a glistening, beautifully shaped oval pool along the Cavan Way, which is a long-distance walking route that starts in Blacklion and ends in Dowra. It's an aquifer-fed pool, which is the traditional source of the idyllic River Shannon, the longest river in Ireland. This site is a paradise of tranquility, where great magic and stories live within its waters. There is an early reference to the Shannon pot in the Book of Magurin, composed circa 1349, which states, "It is in the well whence comes the Shannon, noblest streams in Inishfall." According to the legend, the Shannon is named after Shannon, who was the granddaughter of Manannán mac Lir, the god of the sea. She came to this spot to eat the forbidden fruit of the tree of knowledge, which was planted by the Druids. And as she began to eat it, the waters of the pool sprang up and overwhelmed her, and she was drawn down into the pool, and its water began to flow over the land, forming the river Shannon. Dowra being the first village on the river Shannon before it leaves Ulster and enters County Leitrim and Connacht, and flows all the way to the Shannon estuary in County Limerick in the province of Munster. Not too far from the Shannon pot in the Cavan burren is Moneygashel Cashel. It includes the remains of 3 stone cashels, one of which has been described as the finest of its kind in southern Ulster. This is a magical place to embrace archaeology. It is well worth a visit to see the stones laid one upon another and to take a look at the breathtaking views from that vantage point. Finally, when speaking about the built heritage of County Cavan, we could not leave out Cloughther Castle, a ruined circular castle on a small island in Lough Uachtar, close to the town of Killashandra in County Cavan. This spot may have been a crannog initially, and it's possible there was fortifications there as early as the 6th century. Architectural elements from the lower 2 stories show construction may have started as early as the first quarter of the 13th century. Lough Uachtar itself is home to a huge variety of birds. Some of the history of the castle tells of its ownership by the O'Rourkes in the later part of the 12th century. But early in the 13th century it seems to have come into the hands of the Anglo-Norman de Lacy family. And the O'Reilly clan took possession of the area again and completed the castle and remained in it for centuries. It had a turbulent history, and sometime in 1653 artillery was set up in a nearby townland, and the damage we can see today was caused by a cannon shot from that spot. Left in ruins, the castle has become the frequent subject of art, be that paintings, poetry. Let's get inspired and see what this programme and the built heritage in your area, in your village or town, inspires you to do. Perhaps you'd like to take a photograph of an iconic building in Ballyburra or Kingscourt or Black Lion or Ballyconnell. Go home and try your hand at sketching one of these iconic buildings. Perhaps you put a little watercolour wash on it, or perhaps leave it a simple pencil drawing. Maybe something in this short video has inspired you to put pen to paper and write a poem about a building that you've seen here, or about the heritage of the area. Then we ask you to send us in an image of your poem, or your painting, or your sketch, or your decoupage, or your collage, and show us some of the work that you're doing for our final digital exhibition when we reframe Cavan.